Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's workshop. You guys already know it. You already know what we're continuing on today, our EPSS employment newsletters. All right, let's get started with our announcements for today. We got a few of them, so just bear with me a little. All right. I've already welcomed you all, and again, welcome. It's always nice to have you guys. We would like for you all to join us in the box with the blinking numbers in the top left corner for the watch party. Please join us above or below, okay? So this will either post above or below my workshop post for this morning. If you are having issues watching the watch party, iPads have a problem with the watch party, so try to use a computer or phone instead to join us. We also want to make you aware that the watch party feature on Facebook is about to be removed, okay? So the way workshops are watched and attended will be going through some changes over the next month. So we're going to need you guys to bear with us big time. Again, I want to thank you all for participating no matter what time it is. You are all great and we appreciate you. Just to remind you all, workshops are happening every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. We also have a YouTube page where we post our videos weekly. So if any of you guys want to access it, just let us know. Also, remember to please like our video after watching it. All right, let me just push that up a little bit more. And there we go. Let's keep rolling. All right. Now, before we get into this week's workshop topic, let's review what we watched in not last week's workshop video, but the workshop video before that. Just kidding. It was too long ago, guys. What I would like you all to do today, though, is answer my random question. I'm curious to hear from you guys. I want some feedback from you all. So my question to you guys today is, what are some employment skills you would like to see workshops on? Give us some ideas. Share your thoughts. You have 2 minutes starting now. Five, four, three, two, one. Thank you so much. Great, everybody. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. I've taken note of your ideas and we will discuss this in more detail in the near future, okay? Just a reminder, please remember to participate and attend workshops at their scheduled times to gain access to all kinds of employment workshops, job fairs, and employment events. And check our page regularly for updates on available postings in the community. All right. Now, the newsletters we will be reviewing this week are from the month of November. The newsletters we will be covering today are the receptionist and office administration industry, the restaurant and fast food industry, and the grocery industry. Now let's take a look at November's newsletters. Oh, 1 second. All right, we're starting off with our receptionist and office administrative industry newsletter, okay? I'm gonna just zoom in a bit for us. Oh, computer can be a little touchy sometimes, so I got to be very careful. There we go. Perfect. Right on the screen. All right. So, the trend towards remote work was turbocharged overnight in March 2020 with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Suddenly, remote work wasn't just a nice option for some workers, but a necessity for all. So this is more so a newsletter that covers our industry, us staff here at EPSS. We went through a lot of changes and still have been going through those changes since March 2020. We went from working from home, and then we went back to the office for a little bit, and then in November we were at home again. We thought we were about to come out of restrictions a few weeks ago. It seemed like everything was getting better, and then now we're back in lockdown. So a lot of changes have had to be made in the industry of receptionist and office administration work. So let's take a look at some of the interesting information that Daryl was able to gather for us on future trends in the office and administration industry. The rise of automation is leading to an evolution of the traditional administration role, and experts say this is creating demand for new skills. Research suggests the administration industry is vulnerable to automation over the next 10 to 15 years. Kara McLennan, manager, business support at recruitment agency Hudson, says technology is impacting the industry in various ways. In the first instance, there are a number of role profiles that are slowly disappearing, such as typists or word processors, as the result of voice recognition technology being implemented, she says. This may account for the 1% decline in data entry and word processing roles on Seek in April, compared to the same time last year. However, McLennan also notes that advances in technology are creating new opportunities for experienced office support staff. Scrolling down, everybody, scrolling down. This includes providing greater flexibility in working arrangements and the development of new role profiles, such as social media administrators. While artificial intelligence is set to play a greater role in office administration, it is also creating opportunities for tech-savvy talent. As the need for digital skills becomes increasingly important, candidates want to know their employers will continue to develop them, enabling them to stay relevant in the marketplace. As the administration industry continues to evolve, employers will be competing for candidates with the skills required to support the offices of tomorrow. A strong employee brand and a positive, flexible workplace culture will be vital to success. So pretty much what Daryl was saying in this piece in regards to what future trends look like for office for the office and administration industry is that everything is going more so technology based, just like every industry is. So they're going to be looking for people who know how to use the computer, who know how to set up and run and create on social media, who know how to do all different kinds of stuff when it comes to computers and using technology, using video, different video chat apps, using different conversation apps, using different skills that we need today big time to be able to communicate with people out in the community, no matter what their office administration work is. So, what can you expect from an administrative assistant job? As an administrative assistant, you are responsible for a variety of clerical and organizational tasks necessary to keep your employer's business running in an efficient, organized way. Your duties will depend on your industry and the company you work for, but may include. Now, for all of those that are interested in being an administrative assistant, this is the newsletter workshop that is for you. Please watch. These are just a few of the things that you need to do that are expected as an administrative assistant. So for those of you who have been looking into it or have worked in it in the past, please realize it's not the way that it used to be today. A lot of employers are looking for somebody who can do everything on the job instead of just pieces. That doesn't mean that job carving is not still existent, but that just means that we can also add to your skills. So, again, your duties will depend on your industry and the company you work for, but may include greeting visitors to workplace and attending to them during their stay, answering telephone, email, and social media inquiries and directing them to other employees when appropriate, typing workplace documents, including letters and reports, processing incoming and outgoing mail, creating and maintaining computer records, maintaining paper files, monitoring stock levels and ordering supplies as required, performing basic bookkeeping duties, booking meetings, seminars, and conferences, and organizing catering for them, taking minutes during business meetings, coordinating appointments of executives and managers, booking flights, hotel rooms, and restaurants for executives and managers. Okay, so these were some of the office and administration industry job opportunities that were available in November. Longhurst Counseling was looking for an administrative assistant. The position details were added and the job duties were added below. Here's some examples of the job duties again for those of you looking into administrative assistant work. Bookkeeping, review, enter, and update invoicing, mail invoices, receive and account for payments. Inventory and procurement. Enter and update inventory as received, ensure outgoing inventory is attached to the correct client. Complete regular inventory audits. Assist with quoting, confirming parts availability, and other procurement duties as needed. Office administration, ensure office supplies are maintained, submit request to office manager for orders, keep main office areas tidy. And then skills required, organization, time management, written communication, adaptability, and then the education required. So most administrative assistants need a high school diploma or general education development, GED. Okay, administrative diploma is also nice, and a certified administrative professional ticket is also nice. For technical, you need to be able to know how to use Microsoft Office, which is all the programs in Microsoft Office. That would include Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, just to name the few. And then they have some other requirements as well. Then there's a company overview. Then we have the reference ID, the application deadline, hours and wage, the benefits, and the schedule. No, it went back to the top. 1 second, everybody. And then there was another position for one second, guys. My fingers are a little sticky on my keys. So the city of Red Deer was looking for a treatment plant administrative assistant. This includes the position details, the experience needed, the job duties that will be required, the administrative duties, financial duties, what education is required for this position, a company overview, what hours, and what wage would be paid. And the OBGYN medical clinic was looking for a medical office assistant. Position details are included, as well as what experience they are requiring that you have, job duties, what you need to know, and additional skills and specific skills. What type of education that you need. And the company overview. What hours you would work and what wage you would make in that position. And that brings us to the end of our office and administration industry newsletter. Okay, so I want you all who are really interested in looking into office administration, if you guys want to just review that part of the video, feel free to rewind it. That's why we make videos, so that you can access any part of it anytime, any day. I know quite a few of you are interested in that industry. Please take note, guys. Remember, match your skills on your resume to the skills that they are requiring on the description in the application. If you don't have the education and the background and the skills for that position, look somewhere else. Try to look for a different position. Remember to utilize us, your job coaches, because we will try to make sure that you're looking in the area that is best suited for you. Okay? Awesome. Now, we move on to the fast food industry, which is a good one for a lot of you guys, because quite a few of you guys either work in fast food industry or have an interest in working in the restaurant and fast food industry. So let's take a little read about that. With social distancing in place, when people visit restaurants in person, it's typical to pick up an order made online or order takeout. Foot traffic to fast food and casual dining restaurants has decreased 45% and 67%, respectively, since the start of lockdown efforts. So a lot of changes have been made since then. We are back to restaurants now being completely closed. So now there's no foot traffic in dining restaurants. And quite a few people have unfortunately been laid off yet again because the restaurants are closed. Let's hope that this restriction, this lockdown doesn't last too long, guys. Hopefully that the restaurants open up here shortly. In the meantime, let's take a look at the restaurant and fast food industry current trends. Excuse me for 1 second, just need to drink some water. With COVID-19 having altered and still in the process of altering the definition of normal across the world, most industries are still scrambling to adjust. The effect on the restaurant industry has been particularly dramatic. With restaurants and pubs closed for sit-down service, many establishments are struggling to keep their heads above water. On the other hand, places that are able to offer delivery and pickup options are seeing large increases in order volumes. Meal kit delivery services are also seeing a major surge in interest. Online grocers are all witnessing a considerable increase in demand and order frequency. People are ordering more online but staying close to home. Restaurant foot traffic and online reservations may have dropped to zero, but in Canada and other places around the world, online orders for pickup and delivery are booming, particularly for casual dining and quick serve or fast food restaurants, where site visits and purchases have been, 1 second, increasing. As orders have increased, the share of carryout versus delivery has remained fairly consistent, though people are traveling shorter distances to visit restaurants to pick up these orders. People have changed when they order. Not only are there more orders, but they're coming at different times. Orders are up by almost 12% on weekdays, with Tuesdays seeing the biggest gains and weekends seeing fewer orders as the notion of a weekend loses its meaning. Takeout orders are more common on weekends, while online orders are more likely to happen on weekdays. Time of day is also a major factor. Dinner orders are only up 3%, and late night orders down 11%, while lunch orders have increased 18%. New customers order more. People are taking the opportunity to discover new restaurants and order delivery or takeout from restaurants that previously weren't part of their regular rotations. When these new customers place an order, they order 8% more than average and tend towards higher value items. The majority of orders, 63%, are made on phones, and phone orders are more likely to happen on weekends. All right, now let's go through the tips on how to get a fast food job without experience. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Biggest tip you need to know, okay? This is a really great entry-level position for a lot of people who are just trying to get their foot in the door to start working a job. Try fast food restaurants. They love young people who are fast-paced and willing to work. So, let's read the tips on how to get a fast food job without experience. Searching for your first job can be stressful. Your resume has no work experience to brag about, and you urgently need this job. Well, here are some tips on how to get a fast food job with no experience. Talk about you. What makes you the perfect candidate? You need to show off your personality. When you don't have much work experience, you need to show you have an interesting personality and you have a willingness to work. Do you have any relevant qualifications? Do you have a natural flair with mathematics? And any food experience is beneficial, as it can show your knowledge about cooking and food hygiene. Show you know the brand. One of the best tips for getting a fast food job with no work experience is to know about the brand. So that means apply at your favorite fast food restaurants, guys. If McDonald's is your favorite fast food restaurant to order and eat from, I would suggest applying at McDonald's to work at, right? If that's Dairy Queen or Wendy's, apply there. Tim Hortons, apply there, right? Depending on what kind of environment you are comfortable working in. If it's fast food, pick the place that you are eating at most often. Be flexible. One of the most important things fast food managers are looking for are employees with flexibility. If you're able to work most days, evenings, and weekends, you'll have a higher chance of getting the job. Did you hear that, guys? If you are able to work most days, evenings, and weekends, you'll have a higher chance of getting the job. More fast food restaurants are open later, while some are 24/7. So having flexibility on the hours and times you work can help you get the job. If you live nearby, tell them. So if you live nearby and you have full flexibility, you can work evenings, weekends, whenever, because it's a 24/7 job, you're more likely to get the job. They're willing to hire somebody who's willing to work any time of day, any time of hour, because they need that service, right? Along with being flexible, knowing that you live nearby, like 10 to 15 minutes away, means managers will be able to rely on you to work overtime or later shifts. This also means you're more reliable. Fast food restaurants are open most days of the year, even during bad weather. Managers need employees they can rely on to get into work. Prepare for the interview. 1 second, I overshot that. Prepare for the interview. Understand what the job involves and what responsibilities you'll have. It's important to dress smart and practical. Training. What is a food safety certificate? So some of you will know what a food safety certificate is because you have already acquired one. Some of you don't, so let's just review that. A food safety certificate demonstrates that a person has the fundamental knowledge and skills required to handle food safely. In most provinces and territories, they are required by law. A food safety certificate, also called a food handler certificate, is awarded to food handlers of all kinds: chefs, servers, dishwashers, food business owners, etc., after they complete a food safety training course. Food safety training courses are one of the best ways to gain the fundamental knowledge and skills required to handle food safely in a food business, some of which include properly cleaning and sanitizing all surfaces, equipment, and utensils to keep customers safe from harmful bacteria, understanding food allergies, food intolerance, and how cross-contamination occurs, understanding your legal obligations with regards to food handling, storing, preparing, and cooking food correctly with regards to temperature, environment. Restaurant and fast food opportunities. Oh, I missed an equipment there, sorry. Okay, so A&W was hiring in November for a part-time cook. The position details, the experience, and the education, job duties, all included. Remember, this is an entry-level job, so usually education and previous experience not required. What hours you would be working and what wages you would be making. Denny's was also hiring in November for a server assistant. They have the position details, the qualifications, experience, and education. So no experience or education needed. They were looking for full-time and part-time, and the wage was unspecified. And they included what benefits comes with the job. HR Retirement Canada was looking for a prep cook. They've included the position details like they do with every job. The experience that you need is none, and the education that's required is a high school diploma or a GED. They also provide a company overview with the hours and the wages unspecified. And those are the 3 postings from November for the fast food industry. Now we're going to be continuing discussing the restaurant and fast food industry trends, as there are a lot of changes in this area. So let's keep trucking through. Digital and delivery penetration was already gaining momentum in the market before the pandemic. Now a transformation that was projected to take years is happening in just months, thanks to increased mobile app orders. So we're continuing on. So we had just talked about the current trends in the restaurant and fast food industry. Now we're going to talk about the future trends. So with the global pandemic that is currently hitting small business hardest, and restaurants and bars in particular, it's more important than ever for restaurants to keep up with trends customers are looking for. The following are 5 industry trends. The rise of online ordering. One second, guys, just need to wet my whistle. All right. The rise of online ordering. According to the National Restaurant Association, 3 in 5 consumers order delivery or takeout at least once a week. Statista has pulled data that shows that this number will only grow. They also predict 25 to 34-year-olds will be the largest segment to use online ordering, with 34 to 44-year-olds in second. While direct delivery from restaurants still reigns supreme, the crowded third-party app space is getting creative with their approach to attract new diners to their platforms. So the apps they're talking about, guys, are Skip the Dishes, or DoorDash, so stuff like that. Uber Eats. Consumers spending consciously. Customers will demand full transparency on health and sanitization practices, publicizing their real environmental impact, conservation initiatives, and progressive stance on animal welfare. Eco-friendly restaurant industry trends like zero-waste kitchens and plant-based menu items will attract conscious consumers that are willing to spend their hard-earned cash in like-minded establishments. Wellness warriors enter the industry. While functional foods have been all the rage in the wellness industry, they have recently become a mainstream trend in the restaurant industry. Functional ingredients that are naturally present in foods, like the gut healthy probiotics in kombucha or calming derivative in CBD oil, have consumers interested in healing from the inside with every meal. Cultivating culture to fight employee turnover. The official Bureau of Labor Statistics turnover rate for the restaurant sector was 81.9% for the 2015 to 2017 period. That is big. But industry estimates are over 150%. And as most restaurant owners know, the problem had only been getting worse, even pre-COVID-19. As the hashtag #MeToo movement hit the industry in 2018, there's no more "that's just how it is" in response to harassment and lack of benefits for workers. From high-profile restaurant empires to small-town dining establishments, tolerance has decreased and expectations are higher than ever for workplace culture in restaurants. The restaurant tech takeover. As restaurants strive to provide a frictionless experience for consumers, restaurant technology companies are aiming to do the same for restaurant operators. All-in-one restaurant management platforms have become more than just a restaurant industry trend. To keep up with new demands, upgrading their restaurant management platform was a top priority. They choose Upserve, a cloud-based restaurant management platform that boosts point-of-sale inventory, online ordering, loyalty programs, a mobile app, and payment processing. Now let's get into our tips. Tips, resume writing for the food industry. All right, so new to the food industry? If you don't have any full-time experience in the food industry, you will want to frame your skills as your biggest selling point. This means using a slightly different format, putting skills up front. Use an objective statement as a headline of sorts, giving the reader the elevator pitch of your qualifications, service-oriented personality, and certification in the field. This is your first chance to showcase what you bring to the restaurant industry. In the experience section, it will be short, but you can use it to good advantage, showing that you have varied experience using transferable skills. Also, make sure to include your volunteer experiences, which may be kitchen related. So a lot of you guys have volunteered at the mustard seed or volunteered in a kitchen. And this is why we have set you up in those positions, so that you can put that on your resume and use that to your advantage to get into a kitchen of your choosing. Experienced in the food industry. If you have lots of experience in the food industry, you can use the more traditional chronological resume format. You will want to be very careful with your word choice, using attention-grabbing words like accomplished and revenue generating in your objective statement to underline your experience. The words you choose can make the difference between an interview invite and a shuffle pass. So choose wisely. Use words that emphasize how great you are and speak to the skills and experience you want to highlight. Use narrative to your advantage by giving a brief summary for each of the jobs to frame what you accomplish in each position. In my examples below, I want you to notice how the narrative accomplishment statement is highlighted in red. In the job duties, I have more subtly integrated other accomplishments also highlighted in red. Let's take a look. Following work experience, you can also list other skills that you bring to the food industry position being applied for. Be sure to keep future trends in mind when highlighting skills and abilities. Example, work experience. So this is an example resume for those of you working in a kitchen. So work experience, lead server at ABC Restaurant Red Deer AB from 2012 to present. So a lead team of 20 servers as front of house manager of popular fast-paced family restaurant. Use POS system to help management improve margins, ensure accurate sales reporting, manage more effectively, and develop staff revenue goals. Create and manage staff schedules, coordinate reservations via open table and phone, train front of house staff on serving protocols, safe food handling, and time management, Build a strong team through positive, proactive communication and coaching. Serve customers as needed, providing stellar service and encouraging repeat business. Promoted to manager from lead server over the course of 4 years. Right? So this person talked about their accomplishments. That's why, no, it's all in red. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Jeez. Sorry, guys. One sec. There we go. Okay. Then he breaks down the person's server position at Burger Boy from 2010 to 2012. There, they provided top-notch customer service as a member of a team that saw $4 million in revenue generation. So this person would more so be going for a managerial position just because they're discussing how much they had handled in cash on the job. And especially with them going for a managerial position, this is exactly what you would want to highlight. For those of you who want to highlight your food preparation skills in the kitchen, you would want to talk about what kind of cooking you've done in the kitchen, what kind of food handling opportunities you've had in the kitchen. If you went from dishwasher to food prep cook in one position, that should be mentioned and upgraded on your resume. Again, talk to us, your job coaches, about updating your resume. We might not have everybody's resume on mind all the time, as I am the main job search coach for most of you guys that are job searching. This stuff is definitely on my mind now, especially now that we've talked about it. So yes, definitely over the next couple of weeks here, I will be updating a few resumes here and there just to make sure that we are there and again, ready for you guys to apply for the new season of summer that's coming. Even with stuff closed again, summer is still coming, so let's keep applying for those jobs that you will want to get in the summer. Okay. Then we have Daryl including more job opportunities in the fast food and restaurant industry for November. Boston Pizza was hiring a server. All the details are included as usual. Extreme Pita was hiring a food service supervisor. All the position details, experience, education, company overview, hours, wage, and ABC Restaurant was hiring a line cook. All of the information was entered there. All right. Now, just to let you guys know, as soon as we're done the newsletters dating back from when they started in September, which is coming up here, we are going to start updating and making sure that we've done all the ones for March so that you guys are updated on what has happened in March, and then we'll continue moving forward with April just so that we stay on track from here. After this, hopefully we'll only be doing one workshop a month, or hopefully we'll just be adding in the newsletters into our workshops monthly and weekly for you guys viewing pleasure, so that you'll be able to know what's going on and what's happening in the community on a regular basis. At this point in time, we wanted to just introduce them to you. Again, very new process, very new newsletter, and it's really awesome, and it has a lot of really great tips that we can use. So we will keep utilizing these in different ways moving forward in the future. The next and final trend that was covered in November was the grocery store industry, and we had kind of touched on that in the last workshop that we had done March 30th. That was the second part of the grocery industry's newsletter. So we're going to backtrack just a little bit. So while Amazon.com is changing the grocery industry in the US, Canadians still prefer to shop in store for their food items. Oh, my fingers are sweating. And there we go. So the grocery industry current trends. Understanding COVID-19's impact on grocery stores. Awesome. Grocery stores are responding to an unprecedented demand that strains the entire ecosystem. Customers from all demographics, but especially those over 50, have shifted to digital and delivery, ushering in a new normal for food retail that may become permanent. This has created an environment poised for innovation with need to realign supply chains, redefine what parts of the food workforce are essential, and gain a deeper understanding of how to connect with loyal customers through social media. Canadians still prefer an in-store experience. When in-store, 52% of Canadian respondents said the ability to quickly and conveniently navigate the store, followed by quick and easy payment methods, 32%, including mobile and contactless payment, would significantly improve their current in-store shopping experience. These findings reinforce that Canadians are looking for a convenient in-store experience when making their micro shopping trips for groceries. While online grocery shopping has been available for some time, Canadians still prefer an in-store experience. Only 20% say they would be likely to purchase groceries online in the next 12 months, with 69% saying they were unsure or not likely. The main reason consumers state they prefer in-store trips versus online ordering is they prefer to see and touch the products, while others enjoy the experience of discovering new products in store. Nearly half of respondents said they have concerns over the quality of products, and just over a quarter said they believe food could be damaged in transport. That is completely the reason why I do not like to get my go and pick up my groceries from the store, the click and collect. I don't like to do that. I like to just go in so that my tomatoes I know are at the top and not crushed, and my cucumbers, and if I order grapes, right, like I'm very specific about stuff like that myself, so very good point. Canadians shop in micro trips. The survey also found that Canadian consumers make trips more frequently to their local grocery store throughout the week, rather than save up for one big shop on the weekend. Just over a quarter, 26%, said they make micro trips to grocery stores or supermarkets, 2 to 3 times per week. 23% said weekly, and 10% said daily or more. Consumers are hungry for organic, local, and sustainable produce. Sustainability is no longer a nice to have for organizations to be seen as socially responsible, but a must have if retailers want to meet consumers' demands. Businesses are responding by looking to their supply chain to cut costs, promote efficiencies, and in general become more sustainable. While balancing social, environmental, and economic considerations is good for the planet, it's also good for the bottom line. In addition, consumers are increasingly desiring health and wellness grocery products more and more, driven by external factors like the recently released Health Canada Food Guide. This demand for healthier products is also being driven by the following trends according to Canadian Grocer. And to be honest, guys, I'm one of those people too. I'm always looking for meat that smells fresher, meat that smells healthier, meat that's just better for my body. I like very fresh vegetables. I pick specific grocery stores from where to buy my vegetables from because I feel like in some grocery stores they're fresher than most. A lot of us who shop, a lot of us consumers, we're very specific on what it is we put in our bodies nowadays. There's a lot of crap out there, that's why. So here's some tips. What skills do you need to work in a grocery store? Sorry guys. You can apply even if you haven't worked in a grocery store before. This is one of the reasons why the job is suitable for teenagers. Here are the basic job requirements. Must be able to lift 50 pounds. Will stand, walk 6 to 8 hours in an 8-hour shift. Using your hands, grasping, pushing, and pulling. Flexible, able to bend, twist, squat, and reach. Possible exposure to FDA-approved cleaning chemicals. Possible working in cold temperatures such as a freezer or refrigerated walk-in. Having a flexible schedule, including being able to work nights, weekends, and holidays. Able to use tools and equipment such as knives, box cutters, pallet jacks, and other machines. Possible use of ladders or step tools. You'll be under pressure to work faster, especially during the holidays. You'll also have to meet the expectations set by your manager. So quite a few expectations in the grocery store, but that's okay. It's also important to be ready to work hard and put a lot of time at work once you're hired. Dealing with customers is also never easy. So be prepared to stay calm, cool, and collected, even if the customers don't. Lastly, it's crucial that you are a team player who can get along with all of your coworkers. That sometimes means putting aside your ego for the sake of the store and your job. Then we get into the opportunities for grocery stores. Not restaurant and fast food, but grocery stores for November. Sobeys was hiring a grocery clerk. Yes. No experience in education is required usually for these positions, guys. So grocery store positions are also really good positions to apply for when you have no experience. I know it's hard to get in there. Everybody's trying to get in there, but keep applying, guys. Walmart is another place was applying in November. For those of you that are interested in applying at places like Walmart and at places like Home Depot and such, where we can't just get in there for you guys because it's a whole like association and blah, blah, blah. If you keep applying, if you've gotten in there once, it's a possibility you may be able to get in there again. And if you keep applying to show interest that you just want to work in their store, you may just get hit back. From what I know, the people that do work at Walmart now, that's what they did to get the positions they're in now. And it didn't just take them a month or 2 months. Some people were doing this for 2 years to get the position that they want. So get started. Get focused on specifically what it is you guys want to do for work. Pick that place, focus and attack it. If you know the place you want to attack for a job, go and hammer it out, guys. Go hard for that, right? Okay, so I'm not going to read through all of the available job positions that were available in November for grocery clerks, but guys, look out this afternoon. I will be posting some available positions in the community in groceries or other businesses, any part-time positions that are available that I can find for you guys to post online today on Facebook. I will be doing so please look out for them. Awesome. So again, no education and experience needed for those wanting to work in a grocery store. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Have I told you that today? Thank you so much for participating with me all the time. All right. And we'll wrap up for today. Oh, you guys, thank you for joining us today for today's workshop. We are always happy to have you all participating with us every week. Also, please join us for the workshop discussion on Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. For all of our clients that are either job searching or are working and needing to maintain employment, please check our page daily for any updates on job fairs, job postings, employment tips and tricks, and for any other announcements that may come up. We also have a YouTube page, and you can access it if you need to watch the workshop videos from there. I also want to remind you all to like our videos after you have watched them. For those of you who have made previous arrangements with your staff about letting us know when you have watched the workshops, please continue to do what is planned for you specifically. Thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you all have a great and an amazing day.